Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Coffee and Sports Morning Show. And I'm here with two most wonderful gentlemen. You know, hard working all the time on this network, man. Mo, how you doing this morning, brother?
Hey, morning, Carmike, morning, Will, and everybody out there joining us.
Will, how you doing this morning, brother? You
Doing
feeling
good,
good?
doing good. How's everybody doing out there in TV lane?
Hey, let's get it started, man. NBA playoffs is here. Full tilt. It's winding down, about to go into the Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals. Mo, man, come on. Surprisingly, man, the Knicks is ahead of Boston, man. 2-1. Boston stole one in the Madison. Jason Tatum has been how can I put it? Disappointing, underperforming. Brown hasn't been playing that well either, man. Talk to me about what's going on in the series right now, Mo.
Look, I just think the Celtics have been just really inconsistent on offense. And to the Knicks' credit, in the fourth quarter, at least in game one and game two, in the fourth quarter, the Knicks have just outplayed them. Jalen Brunson hadn't been great in game one and game two, but in the fourth quarter of both of those games, he was the best player on the floor. Uh, it's why the Knicks went back to Madison Garden up 2-0. But then the Celtics come back, and overall, they found their shooting. And they won a fairly easy game, and it's 2-1. I think tonight's game, the winner of tonight's game wins the series. That's what I believe. Whoever wins tonight wins the series. I really do think that the Knicks need to win. If they're going to win this series, they need to go up 3-1. They need to lock this down and put a stranglehold on this series. If it goes back to Boston 2-2, I think the Celtics win the series.
And the Knicks go up 3-1. You think it's over for Boston at that point?
I think the Knicks will win the series, yes.
Whew. Will, talk to me, man.
Well, first of all,
let's be a sports analyst here. Will, not a fan. You know what I mean?
first of all, be a fan. Oh heck no! First of all, I hate the Knicks. That's the first thing. We all know that. Anytime the Knicks win, my day is ruined. But I'm really shocked that they're playing this well and Boston's playing so poorly. They get back into it last game. Man, Al Horford just need to retire. He can't. I'm so disappointed in him. It ain't fun. He's not just disappointing. Tatum should be playing a lot better in this series. I'm just disappointed in Boston, but I do agree with Mo from a sense if they can win this next game, they will win the series. But if the Knicks win it, that's a stranglehold, and that's tough coming back from 3-1.
I've been saying, man, last year everybody thought I was, being overly cautious about the situation. When I saw Jason Tatum, he was not very happy that Jaylen Brown got that MVP for the finals, man. I mean, now it's showing. He's trying too hard to carry the team himself because he wants the finals, MVP. He wants to be outright playoff MVP out here. You don't think that's what's happening with Boston right now?
I just don't think they're shooting the ball well. Because Jaylen Brown has taken as many shots as Jason Tatum. Yep. He's not shooting well either. Yep. You could if anything, it looks like Jaylen Brown is trying too hard because he's dribbling too much. And when Jaylen Brown dribbles too much, bad things happen. I think the Celtics are playing. You can make the argument they're playing down to their competition because they're the better team. This isn't even up for debate. They're the better team, but they've allowed the Knicks to outplay them in the fourth quarter, 2 of the last 3 games. Look, I think I'm not going to say New York can't win tonight, but I am going to say if they don't win tonight, they're not going to win the series. They have no shot of winning the series.
I just think that I don't know if the Celtics are really into it from a defensive standpoint. I don't know. Switch to Facebook. I don't know if they're into it from the defensive or offense. The overall game, I don't know if it doesn't seem like the heart's really in this. Mo said something about playing down to the opponent. That's true. And they're not changing things up either. They're willing to consist with jumpers, not playing any half court transition for the most part. They go up and then they go up within the game to the fourth quarter comes around, then they lose focus. So I don't know, man. It's just disappointing to me to see Boston play like this. They are the better team, and they should be up in this series.
Don't forget the Knicks are up 2-1, and I'm talking about just on shooting percentages. They're up 2-1, and they haven't shot well at all. Like the Knicks haven't shot well. We talk about the Celtics not shooting well, but the Knicks haven't shot well, and they're up 2-1. Jalen Brunson has yet to have one of those 38, 40-point nights. He's usually good for one of those. If you're a Celtics fan, be afraid that it might be tonight that he comes out and goes off for 40. Like he's due one of those games, and it couldn't be a better time for him to have one in this game. If he goes off, I think Towns, I think Josh Hart, they all feed off of what Brunson does. When Brunson comes in and he elevates his teammates. So much of what they do is ran through what he does with the ball in his hand. So if he goes off tonight, that's going to make for a really exciting game. I still think Boston is the better team, but there's an opportunity right in front of New York to put a stranglehold on this series, and it's really all about what they do offensively because they've played well defensively.
I got a question for Mo. Mo, let me ask you this. I'm gonna play host for a second. Do we need to give Cat and Julius Randle apologies? Do we need to do we need to hear an I'm sorry from you? Because
too soon, man. Too soon.
It might be too soon.
If they get to the Eastern Conference and get out, then I'm gonna be on here. I'm like Mo. Hey Mo.
We gotta
well, I mean, just so long as when you say hey Mo, you say it for the right reasons. I said New York got the better end of the deal. I still think Cat's I think Cat's the better player. He's a better fit for them. So if I'm gonna give credit to somebody, I'm gonna give credit to Julius Randle because he's been Minnesota's most consistent player.
He has been.
Julius Randle coming into this postseason has never played well in the playoffs, and he's been terrific throughout these playoffs. That said, if the Timberwolves are not up 3-1 by the time Steph Curry comes back,
they might lose the series.
Right, but there's no excuse for that. If they're not up 3-1 when Steph comes back, that says a lot about what Anthony Edwards isn't.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, can I interrupt real because this has been on my mind all morning. And Mo, I know you know, Carmack, I think you might know too. Rest in peace to my man Sabu. He passed away this week. He passed away yesterday. One of the greatest hardcore wrestlers of all time.
ECW great.
Yep. ECW legend. He passed away at 60 years old. So I just wanted to get that in there. Rest in peace, my brother. Rest in peace.
Absolutely, man. Hey, I wanna do a little situational thing, right? So Jalen Brunson is your star on your team, right? I'm gonna go with Will first. Will, would you trade Jalen Brunson for De'Aaron Fox?
No.
You know it's a no. It's a no.
It's a no for both of y'all.
It's an easy no. It's easy no.
Easy no. No.
Mo, are you gonna go trade for Jamal Murray for Brunson?
Nope. I am not.
Will?
No,
y'all don't like Jamal.
I like Jamal, but I like Jamal as a sidekick. I don't like him as my best player.
He's not, to me, he's not consistent enough to be the main guy.
He's showing you that in this series.
He's not consistent enough to be the main guy to me.
Fair enough. Will, Dame Dollar or Jalen Brunson?
Oh, hell no. Jalen Brunson all day.
You give it, not Dame Dollar either.
No.
Jalen Brunson. Just for the record out there, everybody that's listening, this isn't about who's had the greater career, right? We're talking about right now today.
Exactly,
right now today, before his injury, Dame wasn't even a good sidekick to Giannis. So no, I'm not taking Dame over Jalen Brunson. By the way, we've seen Dame as the best player on the team. They didn't do a lot.
I mean, it was going. I mean, Dame was, carrying them the Blazers to the second round. Man, he was doing his thing.
They went to a conference finals, but they went to the conference finals because in that game 7, CJ carried them to the game 7. It wasn't Dame.
In that game 6, yeah. You right.
CJ.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Mo, Tyrese Maxey or Jalen Brunson?
Ooh.
That's a tougher one, but on Brunson's mental toughness, I'm still gonna take Brunson.
You still keep it Brunson. What you
Can I
going
say
with?
this though? On that one, it's kind of unfair to Maxey because Maxey never been put in that spot because his team ain't never been that good. So we don't know if Maxey could be. I mean, if we're judging right now, yeah. But on Maxey's defense, we don't know because his
Hey,
team
but
has
Will,
never been put in that
Are
position.
you trading Brunson right now for
No.
Tyrese Maxey?
Oh no, I'm not trading. I'm going Brunson. But I'm just trying to be fair to Max because Max has never been in that spot. Max has never been to where the Knicks are right now to show that mental toughness. So,
And Brunson's at his peak right now. I think Maxey hasn't even came into his prime yet. So look, could I project that Maxey could get as good or better? Maybe. Yeah, I can see that happening. But right now, today, if you switched him out and Maxey was the primary on New York, I don't think he can do some of the things that Brunson can do in tight situations. He's quicker, he's more athletic and explosive, but Brunson has got one of those kind of games where it's not about speed because he gets to wherever he wants to and he gets to his spots. He's just one of those really heady, clever scorers that has an innate ability to draw fouls.
And he's also been tested. And that's my point with Brunson. He's been tested to be in that.
Maxey been tested. Joel Embiid ain't played what a half a season, if that.
But even before he got to the Knicks, you saw it in Dallas in that Phoenix series. He was the star then. So you saw him in those situations be tested, and he's come up big time. We haven't seen Maxey yet to be in those situations, see how he would react to
another mistake by Nico Harris. Come on, man.
Hell yeah.
Another mistake.
Yeah. Hell
another
yeah.
Mistake.
Agreed.
So, Will, Jimmy Butler or Brunson? Mo?
I mean, if you're talking about right now, today, I'm taking Brunson.
Would you trade him?
No,
Brunson is the player on your team, or would you trade for this player? Is what
Jimmy's past his prime. I don't need Jimmy. Jimmy a sidekick.
Jimmy what he used to be. I tell you that. He's not what he used to be.
You gonna have to tempt me better. Like come up with a name like John Moran or somebody like that.
Oh,
By the way, I would still take Brunson, but yeah.
Here we go with a good one. I was waiting on it, but are we going Mo? Giannis? Would you trade for Giannis for Brunson?
Well, yeah, because it's Giannis. I'm not crazy.
Yeah, I would do that.
Well, but with the thought process, if I'm trading Giannis for Brunson, right, that's got to be a bigger trade than just the two of them. Because if I got Giannis, I don't need Cat and Mitchell Robinson. One of them is going back in the trade. I don't need both of them.
Yeah. Mitchell can go in that trade.
So you going with Giannis too, huh? Will?
Yep.
He can't shoot, man.
He can't shoot, but he's the better basketball player.
And he's a productive big. But the Lakers, I bet you the Lakers wish they had him.
Will, you keep it Brunson or you trade for Kevin Durant?
Brunson.
I'm keeping Brunson.
Brunson all day. All day.
Come on. That's a terrible one.
Easy. That's easy.
Would you Luka, Brunson?
That's actually interesting. And since I've been always consistent about my feelings about Luka, should I keep Brunson, man? I ain't fucking. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm good. I was always good with the trade because of where AD was at in his career and what Luka could be. But if you're asking me, do I think Luka as the best player on the Lakers? Because LeBron's gonna leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people go straight to that's no problem. They're going to go out and get another superstar to play with Luka. That's not really true. He's not easy to play with. There's no superstar in the NBA that's signing up to watch Luka dribble the air out the ball. I'm a diehard Laker fan. I do not believe it's Luka as our primary that we're going to win. He will keep us relevant. We will be very good. We will always be in contention. We will not win a title.
Where you going, Will? Luka?
Brunson all day.
Brunson?
Yep.
All right, Will. Trae Young, Brunson.
That wasn't that even hard. I'll take Brunson.
That ain't hard.
Yeah,
That-
y'all
that-
believe in ice cold Trey, man.
Yeah.
Atlanta don't want Trae Young no more. That's
Hey,
it.
isn't Ice Cold Trey in the lottery thing tonight?
You might well.
They destroyed his team though. They done traded like the key pieces that they was actually making a run with.
I don't like.
Everybody that they brought in to help him, for whatever reason, it hasn't worked out. At some point, you have to realize it's just him. It's just him. Like, no one's denying he's talented, but there's being talented, and then there's can you win basketball games? Because they're still living off that one run they went on years ago. I mean,
I know they were supposed to build on that run. You know,
that run was a fluke. It was a fluke.
Trae Young is the new team destroyer. That's what Skip Bayless called T.O.
Oh,
Trae Young is the new team destroyer. That's what he is.
all right, I got three more on. I got three more on the list, fellas.
Yep, he is.
Will, Jason Tatum, Brunson.
The way you're playing right now, Brunson.
No, man. Look, this is gonna be you. Are you gonna trade Brunson for
The way you're
Tatum?
playing right now, I'm going with Brunson. The way he's playing right now. If we going right now, I'm going Brunson.
I'm taking Tatum.
You taking Tatum?
Overall, I'll take Tatum, but if you're going right now, I'm going Brunson. Brunson's playing.
I know the Knicks are up 2-1, but you're asking me to project ahead which one would I rather have on my team, and I get it. I would co-sign on anybody that say that Brunson is more of a dog than Tatum is.
Yo, he is a dog.
But I think
DAWG, big.
he is, but Tatum's a better basketball player.
Overall, I got it.
He got a better skill set, but you know, Brunson, he's been doing his thing, man. Like,
no, I'm not hating. I'm a fan.
All right, Mo, LeBron James, Brunson.
Why you gonna ask that man that?
Look,
we talking 40-year-old LeBron though. You know what I'm saying?
Who, by the way, is still playing at an elite level, deserve all his flowers. Although if I'm putting my GM hat on, I've been wanting to trade LeBron for like 3 years. So, you know, I'm gonna always pick the other player because I've been ready for him to go. So
you been there, what, 3 years?
No, you've been there longer than that. It don't feel like it to you, but to me it feel like 10 years. So I'm really ready for him to go. So I'm gonna take Brunson.
Oh my goodness!
Where are you going with?
I'm going with Brunson too. That man,
ready for him to go.
I'm ready for him to go. Go somewhere else. Say, take Bronny with you.
All right, here's my last one. Anthony Edwards, or you keeping Brunson? Will.
That's tough. I'm gonna take Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I'm going Anthony. You want to talk about somebody being a dog?
You know what? That's not the reason. So, Will, Carmack, when you picked them, you're projecting what they could be to your franchise overall, right? When you picked them,
Absolutely.
Anthony Edwards talks the talk. He's not more of a dog than Brunson is. I don't even know if he's a dog. I know he talks a lot. No, let me finish.
Go ahead.
There's your talent, and then there's how you apply your talent. If Anthony Edwards is a dog, then we're basically saying tonight they're going to go up 3-1 over Golden State. If they lose, and it's a 2-2 series, he ain't no dog.
My thing about
he's not no dog. He's not no dog.
That's respectful. Without Steph, they should mop the Warriors.
Right, exactly, and it's been close. He's not a dog.
The way I feel about it, though, particularly after they beat the Lakers, though, the way the confidence, the swagger that you saw, and the fact that he's younger, and a little bit more athletic than Brunson. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta add all that.
Hey, Will, everybody showed swagger once the series is over. You forget Kobe and Jordan; they were showing swagger while they was on the court. Hey, you had a good game, young fella. You about to catch this 20 in the fourth quarter.
Right. Look, I would take Ant too because I still think there's more for him to do in terms of developing and growing. So yeah, I would still take Ant, but not if somebody leaves with because he's a dog. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. A dog would have put Golden State to sleep a long time ago. I don't know if he's a dog. He got to show me he's a dog.
I got to see.
All right, let's keep it pushing, fellas. Thunder Nuggets, man. They both split the series at home between each other. Now it's 2-2. Mo, who you think gonna take this series, man?
I think this series is over. I mean, we could play it out. It's going to be fun to watch, but Denver's going to look back on the game last night and know that's when they lost the series. They had to win that game. They're going to go back to Oklahoma City. They're going to get blown out by double digits. Then they're going to go back to Denver, and it's going to be a dogfight. And if Oklahoma City can continue to guard Joker the way they've been guarding him, they're going to end the series. This series has been about Oklahoma City's depth versus Denver's lack of depth. Like Joker's numbers say he's played well, but his efficiency is way down because Denver's done a great job of making him work on both ends of the floor. By the way, they're trying to put him in every action on offense because he's slow-footed. He's not a good defender. They're attacking him that way. And on defense, they've got Hartenstein as his primary, but then you've got Chet Holmgren coming over, and they're making him shoot, or his arc and his shot is different. They're making him work in a way that I've never seen anybody make him work. And then the fact that when he's kicking it out to Christian Braun or Russell Westbrook, they're not making shots. I mean, the only guy that's shooting worse than Russell Westbrook in this series is Michael Porter Jr.
I knew he was about to say that.
I was going to say that too. I was going to say that too.
If you want to criticize Russ, right before you criticize Russ, point your finger at Michael Porter Jr. The man's shooting 31% from the field. That can't happen. So Joker's not getting enough help. And so here's a question to you both. Going into game 5, who do you trust more? Oklahoma City's bench or Murray, Porter Jr., and Westbrook, that trio? I'm going with Oklahoma City's bench.
OKC's bench. We knew going in, Carmike, that Denver's bench was always going to be a problem. We knew that already. And then Michael Porter Jr.'s performances has exacerbated that. He hasn't had a really. I think the game before last he was kind of decent, but no. 3 points.
He hasn't been playing well all playoffs.
Trash.
These he hasn't been showing up.
Yeah. Also, and Chet they are doing a good job on Joker defensively. I'm really shocked by Westbrook not playing well because you think if it's one series you would want to see Westbrook play well, it would be against
he's Mr. Inconsistent. He'll lock up on defense, but as far as scoring, he ain't that guy for you, man. Not no more.
I want to see him go off against this old team. That would have been a storyline within itself, but they haven't been playing well.
I'll say this: Russ was 2 for 12 last night.
Yep.
And they were leaving him wide open on purpose. That's all I'm gonna say. Him being wide open is not an accident.
That's why he got benched that one time because he's like, "Yo, the disrespect is crazy."
Y'all remember Muggsy Bowles back in the day? Teams would leave him wide open because he couldn't shoot. That's what they doing. That's what they do.
That's a different era, though, man. Like a lot of people couldn't shoot the 3 as well back then. You know
really, if you watched the game last night, that felt like a game from the 90s.
It did.
It felt like a game from the 90s. There's a lot of bricklaying.
Will, talk to me, man. Cavs is down 3-1, man. They just can't. They can't hold the paces, man. You know.
You want to talk about playing below your expectations, playing to the other team's level. That's clear. I know you had some injury history and some consistency issues, but come on, man. Spider Mitchell was playing well up until this last game. And I ain't coming back.
They only won one.
If he hurt,
he got hurt that last game.
If he legit hurt, I ain't coming back. Y'all playing trash with me. Let me see what you do without me. I am so disappointed in that Cavs team right now. They're the better team. But you playing down to
you really say they the better team because when Spider was out there, man, they were still losing. They got one game out the deal.
I still think they're the better team, but right now with the way they're not playing defense and playing down to Indiana, and you letting the most overrated player in the world come in there and get wins off you, I'm just saying.
Hold up.
Come on, Mr. Basketball Mo. Talk to me, man.
I know there was a poll. And his peers said that Tyrese Halliburton is the most overrated player. But that's just proof that people who play basketball don't know what the hell they're talking about. He's not the most overrated player. He's actually really good. Now, I don't think he's overrated. He's an all-star. Now, if you want to call him a superstar, I think that's overrating him. But he is an all-star, and he's the engine that makes everything on that offense run. And I think coming into this series, I was concerned if we were going to get regular season Cleveland or something different because it is a big difference between what you do in the regular season and how you match up in the postseason. And I think Indiana has just annihilated Cleveland. Like, to me, they're the better basketball team. To me, this series is over.
They're showing that they have more energy out there on the court, getting every rebound. They look more energetic. They look like they're more into the series as a team. And I wanted to see this Cleveland team do something, but look like the only thing they're gonna do is go to Cancun.
I don't think Cleveland has another level to go to. Like everything they did in the regular season, where we thought they're the second best team in the league, or it's a lock that they're going to meet the Celtics in the conference finals. I don't think they were ready for what the Pacers are coming out and they're just jumping all over them. And it's not just Halliburton. Like all of a sudden, Miles Turner looked like a 6'11" Steph Curry. Like everybody is balling on the Pacers.
You don't think this is the experience of the game? Because the only person that really been in the playoffs like that is Donovan Mitchell.
No, I the argument I was making with somebody the other day was, let's not forget the Pacers were in the conference finals last year.
This is true.
So they're clearly a good team. They were there last year. They're even better this year. Now, somebody said if the Pacers win this series, they're going to the finals. I can't go there, but I do expect them to win this series.
My worst nightmare it look like it's about to happen. My worst nightmare look like it's about to happen. Pacers Knicks, bruh.
I don't think we can't say that yet, man. Boston's still there now.
Boston, come on,
the Cavs definitely out of there.
I think the Cavs are gone. Come on, Boston. Come on now. Come on now. If the Knicks get there, I ain't watching no more basketball.
Facts key. Rick Carlisle is a really good coach.
Yep, he out coaching them right now,
and he's coaching his team up to the strengths of their skill sets. Indiana, outside of Oklahoma City, is one of the deepest teams in the NBA. They go like 9-10 deep. They're deep and they're young and they run.
Let me ask you this, Mo. If Cleveland does come back, do you think they'll have any energy for the next series if they do manage to come back?
I do. I think if you can come back from a 3-1 deficit, you can kind of ride the wave of that momentum into the next series. Like that's testing your mettle coming back from 3-1.
It is.
And I'm not saying it's impossible. We've seen it, but in the history of basketball, it's unlikely, right? It doesn't happen very often. No, not when somebody was whooping you by 40 points and you actually outplayed them in the second half. You cut the lead down to 20, and they still destroyed. Like it wasn't that close.
Mm-hmm.
That was total domination. I think there's what teams could do to you physically, and there's what teams could do to you mentally. And I think the Cavs are mentally deflated. Like when Donovan Mitchell comes out before the second half and he's like, oh no, something wrong with my calf or whatever. Like I believe him that he's injured, but I also believe that mentally he's deflated.
Possibly. But to be fair, before he got injured, the Cavs have been losing the second quarter by a lot the whole series.
No question.
That's when their problem was. They fall in the second quarter, then they fighting back third, fourth quarter trying to catch back up. And that'll gas you out, man.
Yep.
I don't know if y'all play basketball, but playing from behind by a big deficit and you in a high intensity arena with all that energy pumping.
On the road, too?
Yeah.
On the road, too?
Yeah.
But remember, they play fast. The problem is the Pacers play faster. Like if Cleveland was really going to get back in this series, they would have to change their playing style. They don't want to run with Indiana. They need to slow it down and be more methodical and make it more about half-court execution. If you want to know the Pacers' weakness,
got a point guard for that, Mo. They don't have a point guard that can slow the pace for them like that. Half-court, like Chris Paul, that can play half-court.
Well, that's a pure point guard. But Darius Garland's a talented point guard. And had they had him for the first two games, it could have been a different series because
it could have been a different. Yeah, it could
have been. That would have been somebody that Halliburton has a guard who he actually can't guard. So I'm just saying they what they've done is they've exposed every weakness in Cleveland, and Cleveland has not had an answer once. Even last night, think about the game when they blew them out. Halliburton did next to nothing. He was a non-factor, and they blew them out. That's a problem.
I think he said also brought up a good point. Garland came back too early.
You can tell he's still hurt. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Will, talk to me about Curry being out with the hamstring injury, man. Do you see Jimmy Buckets carrying this team to a 6-7 games, or are we looking at it's night-night for the Warriors, man?
If he doesn't come back, it might be night for the Warriors. When you the game that Draymond played last game, terrible. They need Steph back, and they need him back like right now. Jimmy Buckets didn't play that good of a game last game. Brandon Przicky's done nothing. If you depended on Buddy Hield, yeah, you need Steph back. You need him back quick, fast, and in a hurry.
You don't want to push him at his age, though, man. That could be ending his beginning of the next season.
Could be.
But Mo, talk to me, man. Do you see them pushing this game, this series?
Conventional wisdom, like I said, says that the Timberwolves will be able to put their foot on their neck and go up 3-1. But the Timberwolves has played to the Warriors' pace. Last game was a close game, and I think Jimmy Buckets went for like 33 points, 8 rebounds, 8. Like he had a game. Then Kuminga had his second big game in a row. Like for whatever reason, suddenly Kuminga's important again, and Minnesota hasn't figured out how to guard him. So if I'm Golden State, I only need to get one to buy myself some time. And Minnesota's not they're not the most explosive offensive team. Like if you really look at them, Julius Randle can score. We know Ant can score. Everybody else is kind of more of like a piece of the puzzle than being like a go-to guy. The Timberwolves are the type of team when I watch them play, they'll let you in games. We keep talking about is Ant a dog or not, and I'll say it again. If he's a dog, they stomp Golden State. They go up 3-1. If he's a dog, they go up 3-1. Period.
I just, man, again. I like the Timberwolves. I like what they're doing, but you see Gobert, he's been a little inconsistent. He had a good game last game. 13 rebounds, if I'm not mistaken. So he had a good game. He had a good game last game. Looked like an actual center out there. Julius Randle's playing well. Mo's right. They can't score a whole lot of points, but they're still a solid team. And Golden State needs Steph back.
Let's move on, fellas. Let's get a little bit into this NFL, man. Will, I know you are happy.
Hell yeah, I know exactly where you're going, man.
After 11 years of service, man, Derek Carr's retiring at the age of 34, man, hanging his cleats and his jersey up, man. Will, what do you see happening this season with your Saints, man? Because do you see Tyler Show, Rattler, or Heine? You see one of them carrying the offensive?
First of all, I do want to say this because I got called out for it yesterday. I don't wish to see any bad befall on any player, and I know the reason why Derek Carr retired. And I know why Derek Carr retired because it's the shoulder injury that he perceived to get against the Giants. So I sort of
tank for Arch.
I was about to say that. I don't think Tyler Shough would be the answer. I really don't. I don't think Rattler's the answer either because we saw that last season. He wasn't the answer either. So I agree with Gene. They tanking for Arch, man. They really tanking for him. And I'm happy to see Derek gone. It gives us a chance to restart, reset, get younger because they're old on both sides of the football, particularly the offensive and defensive line. You also need help in the secondary. So I'm glad to see Derek gone because it gives us a chance to start over and refresh. Rattler might win that job over Show. He just might win that job. But that being said, the Saints are not going to have a season. They're going to be probably third in that division. Probably get a couple 3-14 is what I'm looking at because they're still not very good. But to start over, to refresh, to reset, I think this is good for the Saints. It's going to take a while to get to where we were that Super Bowl season. It's going to take a long time, but now we have a way to refresh, reset, and get things going again.
Mo, talk to me, man. How we feel about Derek Carr retiring and the other three greenhorns taking the mantle, man? What the Saints looking like this season?
Oh, well, with him retiring, they're better just by default because he's out the way.
Is fourth in the division better, man?
Well, they're not going to be any good. So when people use the word they're going to tank, they don't have to tank. They can play their hardest. They're going to outright lose. They're not going to be any good. They don't have to fake it. They're going to be bad. They're going to legitimately get warmed over weekly. So they don't have to fake it. They're going to get a really high draft pick. No doubt about that. But again, we'll point it out. You have to be really bad, take those lumps to get the right guy to be the fixture of your team to go forward. So, look, it's going to be a tough year for Saints fans to watch, but you got to look at the long picture. It's the long-term game. They need a franchise quarterback, and he's currently not on their team.
Now, do you think they're going to go get a veteran QB? Because they could still pick up Aaron Rodgers just to hold the season.
No.
Well, that would kind of. I mean, why would you do that? Rodgers might mess around and help you win 5 games. You don't want that.
You can't do that. You can't win 5 games. You in rebuild mode.
Right.
Are they really in rebuild? They still got Kamara. They got Olave. You know what I mean?
They in rebuild. This is the brand new version of the process.
If you ain't got a quarterback, you're not in contention.
Oh, and Key, that $30 million, we ain't gonna see that again till next season. Just to let you know, but we do get it back. We do get that $30 million back to help us.
I like Olave.
But like I said, I like Olave too. Ooh, you know what though, Gene? You might be on to something with that, bro. Oh, hey. He might be on to something with that. Get some picks back. I'll take that.
Why would he want to go to the Jets?
I'll take that.
Justin Fields there, man.
He ain't gonna want to go willingly, but
right. So why would he want to go to the Jets?
He wouldn't want to go willingly, but I'm just saying.
I like Justin Fields, but I don't know if he's gonna certainly be a prolific passer and you're gonna have 2,000-yard receivers. Like, before I call him that, I think you have to establish, is Justin Fields gonna be more like Lamar, where receivers go to die? So I don't know. I don't know yet.
But Chris Olave and Justin Fields have a relationship already.
They can have a relationship, but Justin Fields, he don't throw the ball down the field. So if you're a wide receiver and you're playing with him, at least to this point in his career, you're gonna catch a lot of medicine balls.
Hey, I won't sit too long on this, man. I want to get Mo. Talk to me, man. Steelers GM Omar Khan said that trading George Pickens to the Cowboys made sense for everyone. Not for me, but so now instead of it being Pickens and DK, it's Lamb and Pickens. Now, what don't make sense to me is that a lot of teams are running with dual threat wide receivers. Got one on one side that's dominant, right. One on one other side is dominant. Right. Now you trading Pickens away and you leaving DK alone at the Steelers. Make this make sense to me, Mo. Please talk to me.
Well, it makes sense because they wanted to get rid of a headache and they want to fire Mike Tomlin. So they're gonna be able to do both because the Steelers aren't going to make the playoffs this year.
Like that, bro.
And by the way, you ain't got no quarterback. So if you don't have a quarterback,
last of the black coaches, man, we need Tomlin, bro.
No, he's gonna be good because he's gonna get a job. He's gonna get a job somewhere else. But my point is they don't have a quarterback. So if you have Pickett and Metcalf, what does it matter? If what you have in the quarterback room is what you have in the quarterback room, they're not going to be able to use them anyway. I think this move is the beginning of the end between Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. And you can tell me how great a coach he is, and he'll find a way through special teams and defense where they'll win like 8 games, and that's fine. They're not going to make the playoffs this year. They're not going to make the playoffs.
Ooh.
I'm telling you right now, Steelers fans.
So we betting on this? If they make the playoffs, Mo, you gonna rock the Steelers shirt for the show?
Are we taping this? I want to come back to this. We taping this? I want to come back to this.
Come back to this. To this. Matter of fact, I'll seal it with the Charles Barkley guarantee.
We taping this. I'm coming back to this. Oh my goodness.
Hey, Mo gonna have to wear that Steelers jersey, man. If they get to the playoffs this year.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be just fine. I'm not wearing
anything. What though? But you know what though? You see it every day that these teams don't want to pay these malcontents, and I don't blame the Steelers for not wanting to pay them. From a talent standpoint, you fall off big time at that number 2 receiver spot. You fall off big time because George Pickens is talented. I'm not saying he's not, but he's also a head case, and people don't want to pay a head case to stay on a team like that. And Mo might have a good point too, because with him being gone, and come on now. we all know what the Steelers look for within the coach. They're not looking just to make the playoffs. They're looking for Super Bowls. That's what the fans expect to see, a Super Bowl runs. And this team is not good enough, even with Pickens, to make a Super Bowl run. And I do think
I think there was a quarterback away, Will. Just one quarterback. That's it.
No.
I mean, but
no.
But do they have a quarterback right now? No.
Exactly.
No, they don't.
Do they have a good offensive line? They do not.
No. And
do
we
they have a lot of
know-
explosive talent on the outside? They do
No.
not.
No.
What do they have to make you think they're going to be one of the better teams in their own division? They have Mike Tomlin.
They
And
do
I
got Mike Tomlin.
have profound respect for Mike Tomlin because he's found a way to make something out of nothing. But I think it catches up to him.
Look, and again, Mike Tomlin will find another job somewhere.
Guaranteed.
He'll find another job somewhere because he is one of the most respected head coaches in the league. But with that being said, sometimes your message gets old. Sometimes your message falls old and on deaf ears. And it's time for him to go to another squad. It's time for another reset in Pittsburgh. Because again, Super Bowl expectations of what's being expected in Pittsburgh, and they haven't been that team in a long while.
There's going to be openings all across the league like there always is. I can tell you right now where an opening is going to be. There's going to be an opening with the Giants next year. You can go there. You can go there because they're good as fired. They're fired. You can go there. There's no shortage of openings.
All three of them quarterbacks.
Yeah, they fired.
I don't know, man.
What have the Giants gotten rid of DeVito yet? Because you got 4 quarterbacks in that quarterback room, and I'm assuming DeVito will be gone.
I mean, they ain't everybody ain't start cutting yet for the 53-man roster, so he's still up there. But the thing is, who's gonna win the number 1, man? Because they say Jackson Dart started to look good in training camp already. Is it gonna be Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, or Jackson Dart, man? Mo, who you think taking it?
I think one of the veterans will start. And depending on what their record is, at some point, Dart will take over and finish the season out. I think one of those guys, Russell Wilson or Jameis, is the third quarterback. And so that's the real competition to see which one of them is going to be the actual back or the actual starter. But I think one of them is going to be the third quarterback.
I think you see Russell start the season. Because at least he's somewhat consistent versus Jameis. And then Jackson Dart finishes the season up.
Yeah, Jameis is like Russell Westbrook. It's entertaining.
I think
it's very entertaining, but it's up and down.
He's gonna be out eating W's.
I think it's gonna depend, man, on how their season going. They're gonna if they lose, and they probably will let Jackson finish out the season so he can get them reps in, how it feels to be in an NFL game.
I think the first 8 to 10 games are going to be critical because I think if you're in a losing record, those first 8 to 10 games, I think that determines when Jackson Dart gets to start.
That's fair.
But I want to get to one of y'all favorite topics, man. I know it was back last weekend, ladies and gentlemen, and some people retained titles, some people lost titles, man. And we're going to start out, Backlash open with the United States Championship match, man, featuring Fatu, Priest, what's his name?
McIntyre,
and LA Knight, man. How did you feel about this match opening up this Backlash?
I thought it shouldn't have opened up. I thought it should have been a little further down the card. Look,
the main event.
I agree. I love Jacob Fatu and everything that he's doing. He deserves to be in this spot. I don't know why you're still trying to do something with Drew McIntyre. He's boring. He's boring on the mic. He's boring I don't get it. I don't get this infatuation with Drew McIntyre. But I love Jacob Fatu and what he's doing. But I agree with Mo. It should have been main event. It should have been. It shouldn't have been the first match.
What you think about it, Mo? How do you feel about this match, man?
I mean, it was an entertaining match. Jacob Fatu is that next wave of monster athletes, 280, 300 pounds, but move like a little man, freakishly athletic and explosive. There goes the line, all gas, no brakes. That's my guy right there. And I think that he's the type of star in terms of his charisma and the way he talks on the mic. think he's going to hold the United States title for a while, but I think that's a stepping stone because eventually he's going to go hunting for a bigger belt.
So you think this match was better than Orton and Cena?
Oh, look, I mean that right there was like just two old men slumping around back and forth. Like I didn't see that. It was not entertaining. Like it was funny because if you look at Randy Orton, he's still ripped, right? So he looks the part, but in terms of his actual movement, they're both slow and methodical. I don't think that works. Like you needed somebody who was more of the athlete to carry the other one, and neither one of them could do it.
If you graded that match, Mo, what would you give it? I'll give it an A-.
Ooh, that's
Which
high.
one you talking about? You talking about the United States Championship match?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I
give it maybe A-, B+. I thought you were talking about Cena and Orton. I was like C-.
No.
C-?
Maybe. All right. I mean, if I feel generous, C.
That thing is deep.
Well, talk to me, man. P-Mac and Gunther, man.
That's sad that it was more entertaining. It was. It was.
P-Mac and Gunther, man. How did you feel about this match, man?
Could have kept it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. You knew who was going to win the match.
Why didn't you like it?
Because you saw it in the storyline. Yeah, Pat McAfee came out there with a couple of good promos, but you know at the end of the day, he wasn't going to win that match. You know it.
So
he came up with some good promos.
Entertainment thing, that's about it.
He did that one good promo on Raw. But other than that, you know he wasn't going to win that. Come on now.
I think that's the beauty of wrestling when they do it right. They sell you on the idea of either guy can win, right? You don't know. But the McAfee-Gunther matchup,
you knew that.
We knew who was going to win. One, we knew who was going to win. Two, you could make an argument that match could have been a Monday Night Raw. Like that was not a pay-per-view match. That was not good.
Match. That thing could have been a dark match.
Yeah, that was not a good match. I would rather see Jade Cargill go up against Tiffany Stratton. You know what I mean? I'd rather see that.
That's going to happen. That's going to happen.
Than what we saw at I thought Backlash, I know it was a pay-per-view, but it felt more like an episode of SmackDown.
And that's going to happen. I do think Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton is going to happen. I do think that's going to happen. They already
Goldberg.
That's all we need. We just talked about old men in the ring. They're gonna bring they're gonna bring Goldberg in there, and he gonna run out of gas 3 minutes into the match. Like if Goldberg comes back and him and Gunther wrestle, the match can't go beyond 8 minutes. It can't go beyond 8 minutes.
Goldberg 8? I'll give him 5.
It's gonna be a quick match. Mm-hmm. If it's a long match, you know who wins. Gunther's gonna win.
Yeah, Gunther's gonna win. Yeah.
There's no way Goldberg can win a long match.
No.
Well, talk to me. Mysterio has beat Peanut in Backlash, man. A lot of people graded this one like a B+A type of match, man. Where are you sitting at with this one?
You talking about Dominic?
Mysterio, yeah.
I love Dominic. I love everything that he's doing right now. He's a top heel. I love what Dominic's doing. He's a top heel. He's a top heel, and I want to see him go over and keep this thing going for a while.
Mo, how you feel about that match, man, between Mysterio and Peter?
It was a good match. I love Dom. Dom he's that guy that people love to hate. He's easy to dislike, and yet you want to see him in the ring. Half the fans are rooting against him. The other half are rooting for him. He's kind of like that dude. But I think Dom is the type of guy, because of the heat that he has, he might have a long title run.
Let's move on to the next match, which Valkyrie defeated Lynch, man. And what was it? That was the women's IC title match, man.
Yeah, Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Yeah.
Mo, how'd you feel about this match, man? This match was graded around the A-ish.
I thought it was a solid match. I will say this is the only match of the night that actually surprised me, because I thought they were setting up Valkyria to lose to Becky Lynch, because obviously Becky Lynch is now a heel, and I would not expect Valkyria to be able to beat heel Becky Lynch, but she found a way. I think it's a setup, though. They're going to wrestle again. We both know this. They're going to wrestle again. They might wrestle tonight, and eventually Becky Lynch will be wearing that belt. You can book that.
Will, talk to me, man. How'd you feel about the women's IC title match?
It was nice to see that they didn't give Becky the Charlotte treatment in this. It was nice to see that. It was nice to see Lara get the victory. She's very underrated. I think she's very good in the ring. She can't talk for nothing, but I think she's very good in the ring. But yeah, eventually Becky's gonna get that belt. If that's something that WWE wants her to have, they even push that IC title even further. Yeah, Becky's gonna get it. But Lara was very good in this match. I'll give that match an A-. It was a good match.
And I think that's what happens. Eventually, Becky will win the belt, but she's only winning the belt, Will, because she's such a big star. She's gonna elevate
that title,
the Intercontinental title, and eventually one of the younger talents. It might be Valkyria coming full circle to win it back once it's even bigger.
They like Valkyria.
So let's talk about the big one, Will. Let's talk about the big match. Cena versus Orton, man.
Boy,
the headliner, man. This match seemed like it had more hype before it even started. You know what I mean? But Cena ended up still pulling out the title, man, and he looked unfazed at his post interview, and did your boy R-Truth a little dirty, man. Talk to me about Cena Orton in the post interview.
First of all, I want to say this: Randy Orton had that match won 4 times. He had it won 4 times, and he still didn't get the dub. That being said, Randy was kind of put in a bad spot because when you look at John Cena, he's saying, "I got 20-something days left." You know what John Cena is going to finish some 20 days as champion. You already know it. So it all depends on how you play it out. I thought it was funny when you saw R-Truth come in there and interfere on behalf of John Cena. I thought that was I thought that was funny. In that post match, and I said it in group chat yesterday, it ain't gonna happen, but I want to see John Cena versus R-Truth. R-Truth get the belt. Cody come back because that's a rivalry between Cody and R-Truth behind the scenes, and Cody get the belt back from R-Truth. It ain't gonna happen, but I would love to see Truth and Cena go at it at the next pay-per-view. Love it. Would love to see it.
I don't want to see R-Truth.
I want to see it, doggone. I want to see it.
I don't want to see the modern day Coco Beware in a main event match.
Listen, Mo.
I don't want to see that.
Hear me out, though, Mo. Hear me out, though. If anybody deserves one run, if anybody deserves it, with the history between Truth and Cena, Truth deserves that one run. He deserves that one last.
Does he? Why?
And I don't care if you hold it. And I don't care if you hold it for 6 months. Well, or it could be a Kane situation. He wins it, then he loses it on Raw. I just want to, because you can't lose. Because you can't lose. Because you can't lose with Truth as champion. You can't lose.
I can't. I'm with Carmike. Why does he deserve a run at all? Like
he's the greatest hand. He's the greatest hand ever. The greatest hand ever.
I mean, he's basically been a chauffeur his whole WWE career. Why suddenly would you make him the guy? Like, I don't think that's going to happen. They may have a match, Cena and Truth, but it won't be a main event match. They might wrestle tonight, but they're not gonna wrestle no pay-per-view.
Listen. It'd be great because R-Truth.
Why would that be great?
Well, why are you pushing for R-Truth? So he's a snoot. He's that guy. Do you remember that guy that was hanging with Booker T? That's who R-Truth is. He's that guy.
But understand this. But understand if you go back and look at your history, R-Truth is decorated. He's the first. He's decorated as the first Black NWA champion. He's decorated before his WWE days. All I'm saying is this: to see him win that championship with him saying that John Cena is my childhood hero, even though he's older than John Cena.
Right.
It's just hilarious. And for him to beat John to get the belt on his way out. That would be great to me. I doubt if it happens. I don't know, but I would love to see that. And then Cody can come back. I don't know if you'll make Cody heel. Cody can come back, but they've already said in interviews that those two want to wrestle against one another because that's a rivalry in itself. And Cody gets the belt back from there. So I'd love to see it. Like I say, I doubt it, but I would love to see it.
I don't know. It seemed to me there are 2 different stages of the career. For Cody to wrestle R-Truth, he would have to turn back into Stardust. That's the only way that would make sense.
Oh, you turn Cody heel, and you see two faces go out.
I mean, yeah, you could turn him heel, but we're talking about a main event. Look, I got nothing against R-Truth, and if he has that run that you're talking about, I think it would be great. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Like I said, I doubt it too, but it would be funny to me, just absolutely funny to see him be this childhood hero for the title, and then he takes him on out.
So that's who you want to see is Cena's final match.
Heck yeah! The way they built the way they build it up, the way they've been building him up, and John Cena. Look, we have history. Me and you have history. I just want to tell you that I love you. You're the greatest ever, even though the fans say you can't wrestle. Now that was a weak AA in that post conf. That attitude that was just weak, but it sets the match up. It sets it up.
I don't know, man. I think Cena's done, man. He's sitting at the post interview of the match, sitting there. He looks like that grumpy old man sitting in the chair, like, "Hey, bro, you say something to me. Say something else to me, bro."
Let me ask y'all this: do y'all think this heel run has been all that for John Cena? Do you think it's been a good heel run?
No,
me neither.
I think the initial turn was massive. It was like I said, it was as big as when Hogan turned. But the difference was, when Hogan turned, he fully embraced it and became even bigger in the role of a heel, right? Like Cena never did that. But part of the reason why that didn't work is because The Rock was supposed to be part of that. And he messed it up by disconnecting from the situation. Remember, Cena turns heel versus Cody at The Rock's request, right? Remember, Rock gives him the signal and he does it. And then out of nowhere, suddenly The Rock's no longer part of the storyline. That kind of messed up everything. It changed it. Cena should have been he should have been the leader of a faction. And instead of him leading a faction, Seth Rollins is leading a faction. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. When Hogan turned heel, he did have a whole, like, NWO was big, man.
Right.
Before we go, because I know we're short on time. Do you think Cena turns Truth heel?
What, like Virgil?
Yeah.
I guess that could happen. Look, I'll say this about R-Truth. I'm just talking about as a personality. He's always been one of the most entertaining personalities in wrestling, in my opinion. But I don't know what his role would be in the because John Cena, like Carmike pointed it out, he's like that angry old man who don't want to be bothered by nobody, and he's made up his mind, like, I'm gonna take the belt home with me and retire with the belt, and he's only got 27 days. I think he's going to win out and retire with the belt.
What you think, Will? You think he walking off with the belt, man? Nah, you said you want R-Truth to win it.
R-Truth to win that thing.
For what, man? I can't. If he would have came with the, "Hey, I'm about to see you in this ring, Cena." All right, then, cool. Right. But "Hey, I believe in you, Cena. You are the greatest." Like, bro, what? What you talking about?
I just think that R-Truth can do a whole different turnaround and say,
"Not what he just did. He just got."
I'm gonna have to show Cena who I don't have to show Cena. I'm gonna have to show my childhood hero what I'm about. I love R-Truth. Come on, y'all. Don't be hating on Truth
Cena
like
just
that.
put that man through the table. Like, I don't care what you're talking about, bro.
They be hating on Truth like that. Come on, now.
Nah, I mean, like I said, if he would have came out with a little more aggressive, like, "Hey, Cena, I'm finna see you in the ring, bro. You know what time it is."
Right.
I'll be like, "All right, yeah, he got me pumping it, but he came up to
you might see
that, Cena. How you doing today, brother? I believe in you. You're the greatest."
Either you'll see him, I think you either see him against Cena or you'll see him against Orton.
That's an L. That's an L.
If you go against Orton, that's a huge L. That's a huge L.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is our time. I appreciate everybody who's stopping in through the show today. Will, you have any closing remarks for our people?
We will be back tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern for the Sports Report podcast right here on Water Wide Sports. Please come on in, log in, and check us out.
Hey, if y'all mo better, y'all do better. Mo closes out, big dog.
Thank you guys so much for joining us. Make sure you check out all the great content we have at Wide Wire Network. Wide Wire Network. Appreciate you.